he always goes at the end. Rupert Bell, how are you, my friend?
Very good, thank you, Jeremy.
God, it's good to see you, old boy. How's life been in the summer? You've been off to Goodwood and Royal Ascot, you've been playing golf, traipsing around the Open, enjoying your life, as you thoroughly deserve to do.
It's been a very interesting summer. I've enjoyed my sporting summer. I didn't go to the Olympics, but everything else, the Open, Wimbledon, Royal Ascot, glorious Goodwood, got York next week. And then, of course, I've always got the diversion of the royal family.
Well, talking of which, I get accused of being unfair to these couple of dribblers. Harry and Meghan, I'm still not quite sure what they do anymore. Anyway, apparently they're going to Colombia. Did you know that? They're going to Colombia. Did you know that?
Yes, they're going on Thursday. Another one of their visits. It's causing a little anxiety because...
is this British Colombia in Canada or the drug-taking cartel centre that is Colombia? Where are they going?
They're going to the one in South America, and they are going to help promote some charitable institutions at the behest of the Vice President, who's had to suffer her own fraud investigations as well. So this is all part of the Meghan and Harry, let's make us seem relevant, go on these quasi-royal visits. And you can't put it down to anything else. The only reason they're being invited is they are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and they think, maybe the Colombians think, that they will offer a little bit of stardust to help promote a conference that they're holding in November. So that's the reason why they're there.
Do you think, on a serious note, I know that there's been a lot of fraction between the royal family and these two, and I think most people would know what I think. But how does it look that a Duke and Duchess of our royal family are visiting Colombia? Now, you know, we can say they're famous for coffee, but it would also be fair to say there has been and is known to be quite a lot of drug deals and trade in that certain area of the South American coastline. Is it a good look? I mean, why are they can only be accused of doing this for money, Rupert, surely.
Well, they're trying to promote their brand and see that one of the things that when they were on royal visits, and were part of the royal family, they didn't like it the way they were sort of being made to do things.
What brand are they promoting? A coffee brand? What? I mean, seriously, what brand?
We're trying to give them some credence, some credibility, you know, in their new era. They went to Nigeria, and again, you look at all the security costs that this might have, and obviously Colombia presumably will have to foot some of the bill to have them to the country, because at times it's not the safest, although where they're going is deemed relatively safe compared to other parts of the country. Of course, as you've mentioned, it is a part of drug capital, one of the drug capitals of the world. And of course, as Harry revealed in his book Spare, he has taken drugs, including cocaine as well. So maybe he's going to obviously apologise for that, and you'd hope. But also, they've lost their chief of staff, who presumably has been quite responsible for the organisation.
Yeah, so Harry, is their chief of staff quits after only 3 months? But I'm not being difficult, just going back to it. Are we now going to get to a point where it's rent-a-royal? Because that's how it feels if you watch it and look at it, doesn't it, to be honest, pal?
In their case, it feels rent-a-royal, because, you know, they go to Nigeria. These aren't necessarily the most obvious places to go to, but they're entitled to. It's a free world. But actually, you know that the reason they're going there is because they're the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You know, if she was still Ms Markle, I'm not sure she'd be going to Colombia. But because, you know, there's a degree of interest in whatever they do, some people will say, get on with it, we support them. Clearly, others have a more negative view. And so it's because at the moment they feel rudderless. At the moment, there's nothing clear about what they're trying to achieve. You know, America Riviera Orchard, Meghan can't get someone to run that for her, it would seem, at the moment. You know, losing a chief of staff who was supposed to be coming in to manage their life. Well, he went to Nigeria, but now just a few days before they're supposed to go to Colombia, he's now quit his job. And when you look through their ability to keep people working for them, their turnover of staff seems to be quite prolific. And you always have to look at the top if there's reasons for that, because if it's a happy camp, people tend to stay and want to work for those individuals.
I know that I've been criticised by people in the past for criticising Harry and Meghan. We've only got a couple of minutes. They didn't want to be part of something which is the only thing they've got that they promote to pay for their pathetic little lifestyles. And if that's harsh, I'm sorry, but you're going to Colombia to talk about your brand, God knows what your brand is, simply because you are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and that's what you don't want to be because you were so appalled by the British royal family, you went to California. I mean, it actually, if you look at it like that, Rupert, that's ludicrous, man.
This is the problem, and this is what they wanted to be half in, half out, but the late Queen said that's not going to work. So they're trying to find a way of doing these very controlled visits. And remember, there's probably going to be a very limited coverage. It may be that there's a Netflix crew carrying around with them certain publications. Presumably People magazine will get all the exclusives they need to promote it, but there won't be anybody around. You know, they'll want to control the narrative totally, and that's always been their requirement. They don't like the way if things are reported about them, and they want to control it 100%. But at the end of the day, what I think you'll see is, yes, there'll be lots of handshaking. You'll see Meghan in the foreground, hogging the limelight, while Harry, as the Duke of Sussex, and his title is one of the reasons he's there, sort of quietly in the background, having to play second fiddle to his wife. And
no change there. Rupert Bell, you are a legend. We always have Bell at the end. You understand why. Thank you very much indeed, Rupert Bell. You're a legend.